to my channel. It's your girl NiNi. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Nisha, you can call me NiNi, and on my channel you are going to find advice videos, makeup tutorials, girly chats, and yeah, have a look at my videos. If you haven't already done so, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time I post a new video. So firstly, guys, let me start off by apologising. I didn't post a video last week, but I'll give you my reason. It's not that I didn't record a video. I did record a video. I edited the video. I uploaded the video. And then I was told it was blocked everywhere. So basically it was a playlist video, like my recent playlist and what I'm listening to at the moment, songs that I'm absolutely addicted to at the moment. And I thought, why not do a playlist video for everyone to, you know, kind of jam with me sort of thing. And also if they haven't heard these songs, then, you know, I'm blessing you guys with music. But yeah, I put it up and then it said that it was blocked due to copyright and blah blah blah. The thing is, I'm not even monetized. I'm far from that. So I didn't think it would be an issue. I thought, you know, the whole copyright thing is if you're monetized and claiming money of something that's not yours, but whatever. So I didn't think it was going to be an issue, and it was an issue. It said it was blocked. But then I got a message from like one of my friends saying that she was watching my video, she was 20 minutes into my video, and you know, whatever. And I thought, I've just deleted the video off YouTube, how is she watching it? So obviously I did upload it. I'm assuming people got notifications and people started watching it, but then I deleted it off YouTube. So I don't know. But yeah, that's my reason for not posting last week. Not because I didn't want to, I did. But obviously I was blocked. So yeah. But anyways, sorry, I've got my food in front of me today as well, guys, so I'm going to be eating while I'm talking to you. As you can see from the title, we are talking about Asian pressures. Growing up within an Indian household, what it's like growing up in an Asian household and how difficult it is. I'm not only going to be talking about like my own experience, but things that I have seen, things that I've heard from other people that have gone through similar or exactly the same things as myself. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. So I've got my notepad in front of me because I don't want to miss any points. I've made a few bullet points of what I want to speak about, and these are the things that I think have always been like the most important part of growing up within an Asian household. So the first thing is that parents can do no wrong. When you grow up in an Indian household, it's probably the same in other households as well, but I'm talking about Indian household, yeah. When you grow up in an Indian household, your parents are never wrong. What your parents say is always right. They will never apologise. Never will an Asian parent, an Indian parent, apologise if they have done something wrong. They will just like not speak to you, because even if they've done something wrong, it's classed as you've done something wrong, so they won't speak to you. They'll let a couple of days go and then they'll start speaking to you like everything's normal. There's no apology there. They'll just kind of like speak to you like everything's fine, everything's normal, and you kind of just moved on from the situation. You've just kind of moved on from that matter. So Asian parents basically can't do any wrong. There's been times when I was younger, I remember my mum, she would like do something or whatever, and then she would speak to me for like 2 or 3 days, and then she would just like after 2 or 3 days start talking to me again like everything's fine. And that's when you know that that's it, like you kind of got to leave the whole situation there. You can't say anything else, like that's the apology sort of thing. You move on past this. The next point, guys, is the boys are always the favourite. Don't matter older, younger, it don't matter. The boys are always a favourite. They you know, they don't have a favourite and blah blah blah. That's such a lie. The boys are always the favourite. No matter what an Indian parent says, the boys are always the favourite. I'm sure not every Indian parent is like this, okay? But, like, don't get me wrong, like, I wouldn't say I was my mom's favourite. My mom loves me and stuff, and my mom will do anything for me. But, no matter what, like, my brother, like, he can do no wrong sort of thing, yeah? Like my brother, I used to always say to him, I was like, you're basically golden balls, innit? Like you can do no wrong. So yeah, I'd say that boys are the favourites. The next point is every Indian parent expects you to either be a doctor, a lawyer, a pharmacist. From the minute you were born, that is going to be your career. That is going to be what your parents want you to be. It doesn't matter what you want to be. As you get older, it doesn't matter. You are going to be either a doctor or a lawyer or a pharmacist. Do you get it? And then if you don't turn out to be any of those things, or you decide you don't want to go down that path, that's like the worst thing you can do. Like, God forbid you turn around and said you want to become a dancer. I remember telling my dad when I was younger that I wanted to become... I was actually really good at dancing back in the day, yeah. And I remember turning to my dad and saying that, oh, I wanted to become a dancer, I'm really good at it. I remember sitting down with him and actually going through all the points of why I wanted to become a dancer. And I knew I couldn't just say I wanted to become a dancer. I had to actually give valid reasons why I wanted to become a dancer and blah, blah, blah. And I remember sitting down with my dad and saying to him that I wanted to become a dancer, and it was straight up, no. You will go to college, you will study, you will go to university, and you will become a doctor or a lawyer. I remember saying to my dad, listen, that's never going to happen. I'm telling you that's never going to happen. So why can't you just accept the fact that I don't want to do that? I want to become a dancer. I didn't become a dancer. But I didn't become a doctor or a lawyer either. So yeah, those expectations are there from the minute you're born that you will become a doctor, lawyer, or a pharmacist. That there are certain trades that you are expected to go in the minute you were born. Right, so next one. You cannot disrespect family members, no matter what your family members do to you. It doesn't matter what any family member does, like an auntie or an uncle. No matter how rude and disrespectful they are to you, you are not allowed to disrespect any auntie, uncle, blah blah blah. I remember growing up, yeah, I had I don't know why it was, but I basically wasn't really liked by any of my aunties and uncles and cousins. To be fair, I don't really give a shit now. But back then, I was kind of like, why don't none of them like me? Why am I so hated? Why does everyone hate me? Why is it that they don't like me? But basically, none of my aunties and uncles used to like me. I was kind of like the bad child. That's what apparently I was known as. I was the bad child that didn't listen, that was disrespectful. I was never like that. I was actually probably the most respectful one out of all of us cousins. But basically, it didn't matter what they were like with me, whether they liked me or not, whether they spoke to me or not. I still had to be respectful. I still had to say hello. Even if they ignored me, I would still have to say hello and be respectful and be nice. And I never understood it. Growing up, I never understood it. I always thought, why am I the one that's having to be nice? Why am I the one that's having to speak to these people when they don't even respect me? They don't even speak to me. They don't even want to get to know me. Nothing, regardless whether we're family or not. But then I went to college, and after college I started working. And I remember saying to my mum, I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. Do you get me? I'm not giving this respect anymore if I'm not receiving it as well. And I remember saying to my mum, I will not say hello to certain people. I will not speak to certain people if they're not going to speak to me. And that's exactly what happened. I stopped speaking to certain aunties and uncles and stuff. If I would see them at other relatives' houses, I would never say hello to them. Why am I saying hello to you? I'm sorry, you've done nothing for me my whole life. And then I remember also getting my first tattoo, and my mum was like, oh, people are going to talk, so what if people are going to talk? That's what it's like getting tattoos and stuff. I swear that's one of the points that I put on here. But it is, I'll get to that anyway. But anyways, my mum was like, oh, people are going to talk. I'm like, I don't care whether people talk. They've done nothing for me in my life. They can talk all they want to talk. Do you get me? They've done nothing for me, so I can do what I want to do. Like, move forward with the times. Be happy that I'm your daughter, and be happy for me. Don't worry about what other people are going to say. Like, that's another point with growing up within an Indian household is family members are so judgmental. Like, there's always a competition, so whose child is better than whoever's child, and that child's better than that child, my child's better. But then there's always like, oh, you know, your child's just so rude. I can't believe your child got a tattoo. I can't believe your child did this. I used to have my lip pierced and I've got tattoos and, you know, whatever. And my mum was always so concerned about what family members were going to say, and it was always like, why do you care? They've done nothing for me in my life. Why do you care what family members are going to say? But yeah, when you're growing up, like, you cannot disrespect the elders within your family. So I might as well go to the next point. I'll talk what I was saying about talking about tattoos. So another thing within the culture is you're expected to dress a certain way. So I was always someone that I used to love wearing like really tight clothes or skirts, crop tops, vests, and, you know, whatever. And you're expected to dress, what's the word I'm looking for? Modest? Whatever. You're expected to dress like that, and when you're around family, you're expected to act a certain way. You know, like, even though tattoos, like, a lot of old, like, grandmothers, Indian grandmothers, bars, as you would call them, have tattoos, because it was a thing back in the day, like, you'd get tattoos and stuff. But getting it now, as you're older, like this generation, is like the worst thing you can do. That tattoos is the worst thing you could do. But it was fine when our old Nosimas were getting them. It wasn't a problem then. But all of a sudden it's a problem now. Anyways, the next point is you're expected to marry an Indian. And not only marry an Indian, you are expected to marry a guy that is, or a girl, whatever, that is the same caste as you. Firstly, I knew I was never going to marry an Indian, innit? I just knew that. And I told my mum. My mum was so disappointed with me. She was like, why are you not going to marry Indian? I just don't like Indian boys. That's just me, that's my preference, that's just me, innit? So my mum wasn't very happy about that, but that is what you're expected to do, is you're expected to marry an Indian, you're expected to marry a guy that's the same caste as you. Like, I remember a family member, I'm not going to say who, whatever, but I remember a family member that liked some guy, he was Indian, or whatever, and his mom basically didn't like her because she wasn't the same caste as him. Basically wasn't, I mean, all mothers are like that, like, no girl is going to be good enough for her son, but with Indian mothers, it's a bit extreme, like, oh, she's not good enough for you, she's not the same caste, she's below us, she's this, like, your caste plays like this major thing. And to me, it doesn't make sense, because it's like, if you're Indian, you're Indian. Like, if that's what your parents are expecting you to be with, like an Indian, yeah, what's wrong with you bringing another Indian? It doesn't matter whether you're the same caste or not. But within the Indian culture, it's such a big thing that if you're like a lower caste or a different caste, a caste that doesn't like another caste, it's like this major thing. It's like, it's just, I don't know, it's this big thing that it's hard to explain, but I feel like people get it. I feel like people will get what I'm saying, if that makes sense. I don't want to use examples because I don't want to offend anyone. So, I'm just going to leave that as that. But anyways, the next point, the girls are expected to cook and clean. you're expected to cook and clean because when you get married and you go to your in-laws' house, and if they turn around and say, it's like, no, why should I have to cook and clean? I remember growing up, like, my mom's gonna really smack me when she sees this video. I'm so sorry, Mom, I'm not picking on you. But I remember growing up, my mum used to always tell me to cook, like to learn to cook, yeah? And after we used to have dinner, she always used to tell me to pick up the plates, take them to the kitchen, wash up, dry up, put it all away, and do all of this. But as I got older, I asked my mum, I was like, why is it it's always me doing it? I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair that you're always telling me to wash up and clean up and blah, blah, blah. Why isn't, obviously, my brother doing it and blah, blah, blah. I remember my mum saying to me, when you get married, you're going to have to do all of this stuff. It's good for you to know how to cook and clean. You need to know how to cook and clean. And I thought, yeah, but it's still not fair. I was like, that's not fair. I'm not doing it all by myself. Like, my brother's got to help as well, and this, that, and the other. And my brother was good, don't get me wrong. My brother did help. I would wash up, he would dry, and put it all away. So we kind of did things as a team. He would actually help, and it was just that expectation, not just my mum. I know loads of Indian parents that expect the same thing from their daughters. They want their daughters to basically cook and clean, and their sons don't need to actually do anything. So I think that that's a bit of it's the same thing in India. Like when every time I go to India, like my cousins, my male cousins would just chill, and my female cousins will be the ones that are cooking and cleaning. It's like, why? Get it? Like, why is it that only females need to cook and clean? Males can cook and clean as well. Like, my husband cleans up within the house and stuff. Like, he cooks when he can, I guess. I'm obviously a better cook, but there's certain things that he makes better than I can. So I don't think it should just be down to girls to know how to cook and clean. And I think that that's kind of messed up, that a lot of Indian families do think like that and feel like only the girls need to do it. So yeah, don't agree with that. The next point, guys, is, sorry, I'm so hungry. But the next thing was, you are expected to completely embrace your culture and your religion. Growing up, I wasn't really in touch with, like, my Hindu. I wasn't religious in it, so I didn't really grow up praying, fasting. I'd do whatever my mum wanted me to do, just to kind of like make my mum happy. And I think a lot of Indian kids are like that. They do a lot of stuff because they want to make their parents happy, but it's not something that they want to do. It's not something that they are fully doing from their heart. Do you get it? So I don't feel like you should be forced to do something that you don't really want to do, or embrace something that you don't really want to embrace. Like, everyone does things differently. Everyone prays differently or turns to God when they want God to, in different ways or whatever. But within the Indian culture, it's like you have to be part of the culture. You have to go to the functions. You have to do this. You have to do that. And the thing is, I know so many Indian children that don't want to do it. They don't want to be part of it. But it's kind of forced upon you. And I use the word forced because that is how I feel like it is. I feel like it's forced upon you. And you shouldn't have to do it. But yeah, you're like expected to embrace the culture and stuff. You need to have specific friends. Your mother will tell you whether someone's right or wrong for you, friend-wise, just by meeting them the one time. Your mother will meet your friend one time and be like, I don't like this person. This person isn't good. 90% of the time, your parents are probably right. But it'll get to a point where your parents will be like, I don't want you hanging around with that person. I don't want you to be around that person. That person never come into my house. Don't want you, you know, chilling with this person. You like, it's hard because it's like having friendships as well sometimes can be so difficult if your parent doesn't like the friend that you have. But yeah. The next point, there's always going to be one older person within the family who always has a say, or the family will always turn to this one person, and this person basically will have the final say. So within my family, it was my dad's sister, and she basically always had the say with everything, and anything that used to happen, people would turn to her. Everyone always needed her approval, always had to be whatever. I don't know that she was a right knob, yeah. And but everyone would turn to her basically. But as we got older, like, and she was so horrible to my mother as well. But as we got older, I remember saying to my mum, like, why does she always have a say? Why is it that she's the person that we basically turn to, or we have to turn to? Like, who is she? Like, she's not anyone special or whatever. But my mum always was just like, that's just the way it is, isn't it? Like, we turn to her. She will always have the last say. The decision that's made in the end is always what she will basically say. I don't get it within Indian households. I don't get why there needs to be that one family member that everyone fears, that every aunt or uncle or whatever fears. I don't get it. Didn't run in my household anyway. She had a say for years anyway, but as I got older, I killed that for her, so she don't have a say anymore. I don't really know what she's doing. I think she's disappeared. But yeah. I feel like I made so many points here, guys. Oh. I feel like I made so many points, but I've gone through the points really quickly. Thank you so much for watching my videos today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I'm really sorry about what happened last week. It's not like I didn't try and get a video out to you, but obviously with everything that happened, I couldn't get a video out to you, so apologies. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, guys, if you like what you see, and let's get this YouTube channel growing. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.